That sausage sizzling outside your local Bunnings Warehouse on a Saturday morning, it might be doing a lot more than feeding you lunch. Every weekend, millions of Aussies line up for a sausage sizzle, trusting it's just beef bread and onions, a harmless Aussie tradition. But behind those folding tables, charity aprons, and gold coin donations, there's a reality the processed meat industry desperately doesn't want you to see. We're talking diluted meat bulked out with water and starch, preservatives linked to asthma and bowel cancer, and additives banned or restricted overseas, all cooked at high heat. We've spent weeks analysing ingredient lists, nutrition panels, Australian food standards, and independent health research. Today we're exposing 7 sausage brands sold at Bunnings Warehouse and why this feel-good fundraiser may be quietly harming Australian families. Brand number 1, Woolworths Aussie beef sausages. Number 1, Woolworths Aussie beef sausages, the everyday Woolworths Aussie beef. Snag, cheap, familiar, and marketed as a classic Australian BBQ staple. The packaging shows grill marks and promises Aussie beef. Looks simple enough. But flip the packet and check the ingredients list. Beef at about 72%, then water, rice flour, maize flour, potato starch, mineral salts 450, 451, 452, preservative 223 sodium metabisulfite, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, sugar glycerol. Translation: this sausage is engineered. Those phosphates bind water, so you pay meat prices for moisture. Sodium metabisulfite preserves colour but triggers asthma attacks. Hydrolyzed vegetable protein acts like MSG, overstimulating taste receptors to mask the fact that you're eating less actual meat. Here's what you need to understand. Sulfites are linked to asthma attacks and severe headaches, especially in children and adults with respiratory conditions. High phosphate intake is associated with kidney stress, cardiovascular inflammation, and accelerated aging. And here's the truly disturbing part. This is classified processed meat. The World Health Organization has linked regular processed meat consumption to increased bowel cancer risk. Australian Cancer Council data shows bowel cancer is the second most common cancer in Australia. Woolworths uses Aussie beef branding to suggest butcher simple food. Patriotic language, clean packaging. The ingredient list tells a lab design story instead. Where's the simple beef and spice? You're getting meat paste held together with industrial binders. At around $8 to $12 per pack, you're paying for water, starch, and preservatives, not quality protein. The beef content is 72% at best. Translation: nearly 30% of what you're buying isn't meat. This isn't a backyard snag. It's industrial meat filler shaped like tradition. Brand number 2, Coles Beef BBQ Sausages. Number 2, Coles Beef BBQ Sausages, the near-identical twin to Woolworths' version, marketed as affordable and family-friendly. Same price point. Same BBQ positioning. Same promise of easy weekend grilling. But here's what Coles doesn't advertise. Beef water, rice flour, maize flour, phosphate salts 450 to 452, sodium metabisulfite, hydrolyzed vegetable protein, sugar. Translation: water is padded with multiple starches, phosphates lock it in, sulfites preserve appearance, and flavor enhancers replace real meat taste. This formula is designed to maximize water retention while minimizing actual beef content. Sulfites disproportionately affect asthmatics. If you've got kids with asthma or respiratory issues, these sausages could trigger attacks. Sodium levels sit above 600 milligrams per 100 grams, contributing to hypertension. 2 sausages deliver nearly half your daily sodium limit. For adults with high blood pressure or pre-diabetes, this is dangerous territory. The packaging shows BBQ sausage language that implies simplicity, outdoor imagery, family moments. Nothing about this formula is simple. You're looking at 8 separate additives before you get to any spices. Usually $9 to $11 per pack. Equal price, equal problems. You're paying supermarket markup for the exact same chemical engineering Woolworths uses. Different logo, same chemical sausage. Brand number 3, Aldi Brannan's beef sausages. Number 3, Aldi Brannan's. The budget hero shoppers trust to be the same, just cheaper. Aldi's reputation is built on cutting out the middleman, not the quality. Fair enough for some products. But look at the ingredient list. Lower beef percentage than Woolworths or Coles. Added vegetable fibre, multiple starches, phosphate salts, preservative 223, sugar. Translation: even less meat, more filler, same chemical load. The vegetable fibre is there to bulk the sausage and absorb even more water. You're eating engineered texture, not nutrition. Higher glycemic fillers. Spike blood sugar faster. Rice flour and potato starch hit your bloodstream quickly, causing insulin spikes followed by crashes. This matters for pre-diabetics, diabetics, and kids. Still classified as processed meat by health authorities, carrying the same cancer risk as premium brands. The savings come from dilution, not efficiency. Aldi isn't finding better suppliers. They're reducing the meat percentage and increasing the water starch ratio. At around $6 to $8, these are cheaper but nutritionally worse. Lower protein, higher carbohydrates from fillers, identical preservative load. You're saving $2 and losing nutritional value. Budget snags with budget health consequences. Brand number 4, Don Small Goods beef sausages. Number 4, Don Small Goods, heritage branding, old school butcher vibes. The logo and packaging suggest this company has been making sausages the traditional way for generations. You see Don on BBQ fundraisers, sports club canteens, and community events. But let's talk about what Don actually does. Beef, water, salt, dextrose, preservative 250 sodium nitrite. Translation: nitrites preserve colour and flavour but form nitrosamines when cooked at high heat. Here's where it gets absolutely chilling. When you cook these sausages on a hot grill or BBQ, exactly how sausage sizzles work, the nitrites react with proteins to form nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are strongly linked to bowel and stomach cancers. International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies them as probable human carcinogens. The high heat cooking method used at every Bunnings sausage sizzle across Australia is creating these compounds. Australian nutritionists have been warning about this for years. Traditional branding hides modern curing chemistry. Don presents itself as heritage Australian butchery. The reality is industrial meat science designed for shelf stability and visual appeal, not health. At around $10 to $14, you're paying premium prices for higher cancer risk. You're paying for brand recognition and nostalgia while consuming one of the most dangerous preservative systems in processed meat. Old logo, new dangers. Brand number 5, Primo beef sausages. Number 5, Primo. One of Australia's biggest processed meat brands. You see Primo everywhere. Supermarkets, service stations, sports venues. It's become synonymous with Australian BBQ culture. But flip the label. Beef, water, starch, sodium nitrite 250, phosphates, sugar, and a roster of mineral salts. Translation: shelf life and profit first, health last. Primo uses the same nitrite system as Don, meaning the same nitrosamine formation when grilled. They combine this with phosphates to maximize water retention. You're buying engineered meat designed to sit on shelves for months. The World Health Organization classifies nitrite-preserved meats as Group 1 carcinogens. Translation: the same cancer risk category as tobacco smoking. Regular consumption of processed meats like Primo increases bowel cancer risk by 18% according to large-scale studies. 18%. For a sausage. Primo uses BBQ favourite language to mask industrial processing. The packaging shows flames, grills, family gatherings. What it doesn't show is laboratory formulation designed to extend shelf life at the expense of your gut health. The nitrites aren't there for you. They're there so retailers can stock product for months without spoilage. At around $11 to $15 per pack, you're paying mid-range prices for mass-produced meat with global-scale health consequences. This is mass-produced meat with mass-produced cancer risk. Brand number 6, Ingham's Chicken Sausages. Number 6, Ingham's Chicken Sausages. Marketed as the lighter option, lower fat, higher protein, positioned as the health-conscious choice for families trying to reduce red meat intake. But here's what they don't tell you. Chicken, water, starch, vegetable oils, sulfites, phosphates, and sugar. Translation: less fat, more additives. Ingham's replaces beef fat with vegetable oils and starches. The chicken content is bulked with water held in by phosphates. Sulfites preserve colour so the sausage looks fresh longer. You're eating ultra-processed poultry. Ultra-processed poultry still drives inflammation and sodium overload. The sodium content matches beef sausages. Vegetable oils used in processing are often inflammatory seed oils. The sulfites trigger the same asthma risks. Switching from beef to chicken sausages doesn't eliminate the processed meat cancer risk. It just changes the protein source. Ingham's positions these as healthier by comparison, not by design. The marketing shows active families, sports, outdoor activities. What they show less of is the ingredient list that proves this is industrial meat science. At around $9 to $13, you're paying the same price as beef for chemically identical processing. Different meat, same processing problems. Brand number 7, IGA Generic and Budget Butcher Sausages. Number 7, IGA Generics and Budget Butcher branded sausages. Trusted because they feel local. IGA positions itself as Australia's community grocer, Independent retailers, local suppliers, that trust extends to their house brand products, including sausages you see at sausage sizzles, but look closer. Mixed meats, water, cereals, phosphates, sulfites, and sometimes mechanically separated meat. Translation: the cheapest formula legally allowed. Mixed meats means beef and pork trimmings. Cereals means wheat or rye fillers. Mechanically separated meat is the paste recovered by scraping bones under high pressure. This has the highest filler percentage, lowest protein content, and the same cancer classification as premium brands. The nutritional panel shows protein levels as low as 10 to 12 grams per 100 grams. Compare that to actual meat at 25 to 30 grams. You're eating more starch than protein. The marketing uses local branding to suggest small batch quality, independent grocer imagery, community connections. The reality is industrial suppliers providing the absolute minimum meat content required by Australian food standards. At $7 to $10, this seems like a bargain. False economy. You're getting the least nutrition and the highest percentage of water and filler, the most misleading snag of all. The sausage industry does this for profit. Water is cheaper than meat. Additives extend shelf life and improve water binding. Corporate consolidation rewards volume production and cost reduction, not nutritional quality or health outcomes. Australian food standards allow up to 70% water and filler in sausages. The industry uses every percentage point. Your grandparents' sausages were meat, salt, and spice, and they spoiled quickly because they were real food. That was honesty. Those sausages had to be eaten within days. No phosphates, no sulfites, no nitrites, just meat. Today's sausage sizzle delivers ultra-processed meat linked to bowel cancer, hypertension, chronic inflammation, and asthma triggers. We're feeding this to kids at fundraisers, serving it at community events, calling it tradition while corporations profit from your declining health. If you're buying sausages, look for short ingredient lists. No nitrites, no sulfites, no mechanically separated meat. Ask your local butcher to make sausages with just meat, salt, and spices. Yes, they'll cost more. Yes, they'll spoil faster. That's how you know they're real. Your health is worth more than a gold coin shortcut. Which sausage shocked you the most? Are you still buying any of these for family BBQs or fundraisers? Subscribe for more videos exposing what's really inside Australian supermarket favourites before they end up on your plate again.